Hello, this tutorial is about your color schemes. This should be a review from your preliminary unit about color. So color schemes is what is a huge component of interior design because it sets the tone, the environment of the space. So a color scheme is a choice of colors used in design for a range of media. It's used to create style, appeal, and many clients have different color scheme needs. It creates tone, uh, harmony in a space. Colors that create aesthetic feeling when combined together will commonly accompany each other in what's called as a color scheme. So let's just review what the color schemes are. The first one is monochromatic, which is just one color, tint, tone, shade of that color. And here's an example of using different shades of yellow. You can still have the white, but you're using different shades of yellow in that space. Then there's analogous, which is a color scheme using the colors next to each other on the color wheel. And it's usually a combination of 4 to 5 colors. And in the specific one here, it's like most of the blues and greens. And then in the picture, we've actually added the blues, greens, and yellows. You can kind of see that. Again, it's just the color popping. Next is what's called complementary, which is a color scheme using colors opposite of each other on the color wheel. And the common one you see is like the blue and orange look, which is the picture I used here. Still lots of texture, pattern, etc., but all focusing on the blue and orange concept of the complementary color scheme. It could also be green and red, purple and yellow, etc. Then there's double complementary, which is, it's very similar to the complementary, but it's using 2 now. So the purple and the green, and then the blue and the orange all in once. And you can kind of see an idea of this in the picture here. Not as common of a color scheme, but it's definitely possible. You won't see very commonly people using this much color in a space. Then there's split complementary, and usually it's a color scheme using one color and the colors on either side of its component. So one of the more popular ones would be like your primary colors is a split complementary, but you can see some other examples in the picture here. Then there's what's called the Triad, and it's using color scheme with 3 equal colors, equal distance from each other on the color wheel. And here's a great example of the purple, orange, and green. And then there's what's called the neutral color scheme, which is a color scheme using whites, blacks, grays, and beiges. A lot of people go for the neutral look. And then we have the warm colors, which is colors on the warm side of the spectrum, reds, yellows, oranges. And then we have the cool colors, which is the cool side of the spectrum, which are your blues, violets, and greens. When you're choosing a color scheme, select your favorite color, add to an established color scheme, select colors based on the feelings or mood you wish to create, evaluate parts of the room that cannot be changed, and then consider color choices that will complement existing furnishings that you already have. Don't always assume you're just going to buy new. Select colors that complement a particular work of art, a quilt, a favorite picture, something that you already have established that's going to be in the room. And then select colors that complement a chosen fabric or wallpaper. So here is like a concept board, and they have all of those things kind of put together before you actually create the room. And you're going to be creating something like this in your unit or in your Module 1 project. If you have any questions, please let your teacher know. Thank you.